Hello my yoga friends, welcome back for another yoga video. If you're new here, so glad you are with me, and if you're coming back for more yoga, so happy to be doing yoga with you again. Today, the hardest part is showing up. So you have done it, you showed up for your yoga today at home or at school or wherever you are, and let's come down to our yoga mats, get comfortable, settle in, because we are in for a fun yoga story today. Before we do our story, we're going to warm up our bodies a little bit. So let's begin by warming up our hands. So spread your fingers wide and take a deep breath in. And then squeeze your fingers shut as you breathe out. Remember, you have to bring the breath, keep going. And the breath is the most important part for yoga. Every time you breathe in, I want you to really open your fingers. And then every time you breathe out, I want you to really squeeze them. Excellent. Put your hands down either side of you and sit up really tall. Reach the crown of your head up to the sky. Breathe in, open your heart, and then you can breathe out and let everything just come down. Lift your head, neck, shoulders, and breath up. And then come down. Let everything just slowly unravel. The deep breaths feel really good. Always remember to keep breathing when you're on your yoga mat. Let's do a little bit of twisting. So breathe in and twist over to one side as you breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center, and twist over to the other side as you breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center. And just feeling into every part of your body. Notice how you're feeling from your toes to your knees, to your hips, to your chest, to your shoulders, to the tippy top of your head. How are you doing? Filling your body and your breath with your own special version of who you are today. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Breathe in again with me. See if you can feel your body opening bigger as you breathe in. Tummy breathing in. And then feel your body shrinking a little bit as you breathe out. All right, come onto your hands and knees. Hands are already warmed up, so you're ready to go. Spread your starfish fingers really wide on your yoga mat as you come into your tabletop position. Let's breathe in and look up, and then breathe out and scoop it. So a little bit of cat-cow, just warming up the spine. Breathing in, looking up. And what does a cat say? And what does a cow say? So let's moo for cow, moo, and let's meow for cat. Meow. Do it again, breathing and mooing and meowing. And one last time, and wiggle your hips side to side to side. Lift up one leg. And now be a balancing cat and a balancing cow as you open the other arm up and hold it here and take a deep breath in. And when you breathe out, lower them down and switch to the other side. Be a balancing two-legged cat and cow. Spreading your fingers, reaching your foot away. And on the next breath out, you can release that and come back to your sitting position. So I think we're ready for our yoga story for today. So today's yoga story is about a firefly. Let's stand up and warm up for firefly pose. So to be a firefly in yoga, we're going to need to have really strong feet. So let's breathe in and come up onto our toes. And when you breathe out, you can come on back down onto your heels. So really spread your toes wide. Breathing and coming up onto our toes, up and down a few times, noticing into all the parts of your feet and all the parts of your breath and all of the parts of your whole body. So Freeda, of course, was a firefly. And she was very flexible. At least she thought she was very flexible. So breathing in again and coming back down. So to be a firefly, I'll turn to the side so you can see what happens. So you're going to bend your knees and just one toe at a time coming up, because we're going to have really strong toes and feet to be a firefly. So Freeda was a very flexible firefly. So bending your knees, coming into a little chair pose, and breathe in here like you're sitting in a chair. But we're not going to stop here in this pose. We're going to come up onto our tippy toes, and this is Firefly pose. So Freeda was a very flexible firefly, coming up as high as you can onto your toes and finding your balance. So it's a balancing pose because of course fireflies fly. So you can even add your flying wings as you're breathing and balancing. And she loved to fly around at night. Of course, what do fireflies do? They light up the night. So she was very, very beautiful and bright, and she loved to shine her magical firefly light everywhere she went at night. So let's take a moment to breathe and light up our moment right here. Maybe from your heart, feeling your heart opening. Good, and release. That was a lot of firefly. So just stretch your toes out. So yes, she was a firefly who loved to fly around and to be very flexible because she knew a lot of tricks. She could do tricks, so we're going to use our arms and roll our shoulders around and doing firefly. Imagine you're a firefly here. We're going to come back into firefly pose with the rolling arms as well. So see if you can do that at the same time. Remember to come down into your chair pose, one foot at a time. Find your balance, and can you roll your arms? Whoa! This takes a lot of balance and concentration. Don't forget to breathe. Whoa! There she was doing all of her tricks, both arms at the same time. Whoa! And forward. Oh my goodness, you are amazing little fireflies just like Freeda. Whoa, find your balance, breathe, breathe, hold it, and release. So one day, Freeda was doing her usual thing, I should say one night, because fireflies are really coming out at night to light up the night. She heard something calling her, something she'd never heard before from the ground. Let's come on down to the ground really slowly. Make your body long and skinny, like your yoga mat. I wonder if you can guess what would be slithering around at night on the ground. That's very brown and very skinny and very slithery. If you guessed a worm, you are right. There were worms slithering around the ground. You can even roll around like this and back. And you can slither any way your body wants to slither when you're down here. You can even slither your feet, your toes, and your fingers. And the worms called up to Freeda. They said, "Hey Freeda, come on out to play." And Freeda was like, "I am playing. I'm landing on trees, and I'm landing in the flower beds, and I'm flying, and I'm lighting up the night. I don't want to play with you. You're just an old worm." How do you think the worms felt when they heard Freeda call them an old worm? Not very happy, but they just kept on worming their way around. So you can worm and breathe for another moment. Come on back up to your knees. And I'm going to tell you something that happened now. Freeda's mom, she heard what Freeda said. And she called Freeda and she said, "Freeda, I need to speak to you." So let's come back into Firefly pose and imagine what Freeda's mom said. Starting up on your tippy toes, breathe in, and then bending your knees and be a firefly. Now, Freeda's mom said, "I don't like what you said to those worms. It probably hurt their feelings." Can your arms go round and round? Other one as well. And then bend your knees. And Freeda said, "What do you mean, Mom? I didn't want to play with the worms. I'm a firefly." And then Freeda's mom said, "Well, you need to be more flexible." That's when Freeda said, "Flexible? That's exactly what I am. Watch, Mom." So she started doing firefly tricks. Can you jump? Oh yes, look at that. Here's one trick I can do. Ooh, look, I can be a firefly trickster. And she's got the wiggling shoulders, and she can do them together. Look, Mom, I'm a firefly. Whee! Now, Freeda's mom was like, that's not the kind of flexible I'm talking about, Freeda. Freeda took her mom's advice, and that night she said, okay, I'll try. Come back into your worm pose. Make your body long and slithery. And imagine that you are a brown slithery worm and you're calling Freeda down to play. Now Freeda joined the worms and she slithered and she didn't like it. And she thought it felt disgusting to be in the earth. And she said, this is not a nice feeling. I'm a firefly. I meant to light up the night. But she tried it a few more times and she got the hang of it. And she said, well, this is kind of cool. And she started slithering and squirming. And she was like, whoa, look, I can go on one side. And then she tried the other side. Whoa, look at me. And then she was doing tricks like, whoa, I can do that. And the other side, and whoa, she was experimenting with all kinds of cool firefly things. And she was lighting up the earth and she was playing with the worms and the worms thought it was awesome. So Freeda learned that to be flexible is not just about being flexible in your body, but being flexible in your ideas and with your ability to try new things. So being flexible takes patience, but at first and most importantly starts in your heart and in your thoughts and in your mind. I hope you enjoyed that yoga story and I hope you enjoyed being a firefly. Let's close our yoga practice today with a great big breath in. You know it, the breath comes first. Arms out to the side, feeling into your amazing body. Breathe your breath all the way up. And make a circle at the top. Look at your fingers and breathe your arms all the way back to the earth. Great job. You're amazing little yogis. Keep on being flexible and keep on being who you are and trying new things. And yoga helps you to do that. So I'm proud of you for doing this with me today, and I look forward to doing yoga with you another time. See you soon. Bye for now.